Hey guys, Deeper here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing well. And unless you've been living under a rock, you would have seen some major news about Marvel being dropped recently with Robert Downey Jr. set to play Doctor Doom in the upcoming Doomsday movie and subsequently the Avengers Secret War movie. So, for those of you who are not aware, Doctor Doom is an iconic character in the Marvel Universe. First, he appeared all the way back in 1962 as just a typical villain, but over the years, he's developed into a very complex character whose actions can sometimes almost be interpreted as heroic. And this video will delve into his origins, his appearances in video games and movies, his most notable deeds, both good and bad, and his pivotal role in the Secret Wars, so you'll know what to expect from the upcoming movie. So, first and foremost, though, let's look into his origins. So, Victor Von Doom hails from a fictional country of Latveria, and this is like your fictional Eastern European country, kind of like Sokovia. So, if you've seen the Avengers, you will know what Sokovia is like. That is where the Baron Zemo comes from. He was the antagonist in Marvel's Civil War, so he's the guy that pretty much instigated everything after his country got destroyed. So, I would assume this country is no much different than that. So he grew up in a Romani camp under the care of his mother, who was a sorceress, and his dad, who was a healer. And they both pretty much suffered tragic deaths. So his mother made a deal with the demonic entity known as Mephisto, and she pretty much lost her soul. Her dad, on the other hand, he was a healer who failed to cure the king's wife, and he then had him executed in a nutshell. Now, as you can imagine, this would have had a profound impact on young Victor. This essentially pretty much sealed his faith and set the wheels in motion. Now, people discovered he was very gifted and talented and scored himself a scholarship to go to the United States, where he attended the State University. And here he met Reed Richards. You might know him from the Fantastic Four, and Ben Grimm, who would ultimately become his nemesis as members of Fantastic Four. However, it wasn't until Victor had a flawed experiment that he blamed on Richards, which left him with severe facial scars. And following this, a very embittered Doctor Doom traveled the world until he encountered a group of monks in Tibet. And from them, he learned the mystical arts and crafted his armor. And of course, what's an armor completed without a mask to hide his disfigurement, just like every other great villain, right? And thus, Doctor Doom was born. Now, let's move on to his appearances in video games. So, Doctor Doom has been a prominent figure in various video games, often as a villain, but occasionally as a playable character. For example, in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Over there, Doom is featured with a unique blend of magical attacks and advanced technology, making him a balanced, a very formidable opponent. Also, you can find him in LEGO Marvel Superheroes. There, though, he is portrayed in a more humorous light, yet as a key antagonist. Meanwhile, in Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Doom serves as the primary antagonist, his actions driving the game's plot as he seeks to use the power of Odin to reshape the world. Now, let's quickly jump into his appearances in movies. On the cinematic front, Doctor Doom has been depicted in several Fantastic Four film adaptations, all of which have sucked, like they've sucked so bad. So he was portrayed originally by Julian McMahon in 2005. So for the first and second movie, and then Toby Kebbell took on the role in the 2015 reboot, which flopped even worse. And it's no surprise that these portrayals have been often criticized for not fully capturing the character's depth. Like this just were bad, straight out bad movies. So hopefully a bigger budget and a better director will do him more justice. Having said that, though, let's talk about some of the good stuff he's done, and then we can get into the bad stuff later. So, despite his villainous reputation, Doom has committed several acts that could be considered heroic. In the storyline, for example, infamous Iron Man, after the events of Secret War, Doom adopts the mantle of Iron Man, aiming to redeem himself and protect the world from various threats. His rule over Latveria, though, through authoritarian. So this pretty much means like he was kind of like a dictator, and he's pretty much brought stability and prosperity to his people, shielding him from external threats and internal turmoil. So he's done some good things, but he's also done some very bad things. Now, let's discuss the bad things here. So Doom's ambition has often led him to commit heinous acts. Perhaps his most infamous deed is his role in Avengers Emperor Doom, where he uses the mind controlling powers of the Purple Man to subjugate the world. So, to name a few, and this effectively made him the Emperor of Earth. Also, his additional conflicts with the Fantastic Four, so on and so on. It's just his bad deeds are numerous. Now let's get to the juicy stuff. What is his involvement in the Secret Wars going to be? So, Doctor Doom's most significant role in Marvel is perhaps in the Secret Wars series. And so this was a 1984 original. So he essentially steals the power of the Beyonder, a godlike entity, to challenge the heroes and villains of Earth. The man created a battle royale essentially, and in the 2015 Secret Wars, Doom becomes the God Emperor of Battleworld, a patchwork planet composed of fragments from various destroyed realities. And over there, his rule is absolute, and he wields his power to maintain order and reshape reality as his feet. Therefore, it's not just a straight out villain, kind of like what Thanos wanted to be. Thanos was like one dimensional. He wanted to halve the galaxy essentially, whereas Doctor Doom, he's not just a tyrant; he's also a guardian. Like he's very complex as a character. So, in conclusion, to cap off this video, Doctor Doom is more than just a villain. He's a philosopher, a scientist, a sorcerer, and a monarch. The man is a walking paradox. His actions, although often villainous, they are driven by a complicated mixture of altruism, personal pain, national pride, and quest for power. His intelligence and ability to play the long game, however, makes him a very, very formidable opponent and intriguing character. As both a hero and a villain, you can expect that Doctor Doom will embody the idea that good and evil are often a matter of perspective, which makes him a perennial figure in Marvel's pantheon of characters. As always, guys, thank you for watching. I do appreciate your time. If you do like the content and you want to see some more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I hope to catch you next video. Peace.